Hey, so I'm Roman Lily, and I'm currently solo traveling around India. And today I wanted to talk about my biggest fears when it comes to solo traveling. I've been traveling on my own now for like 2 years, off and on. So it's not a straight 2 years. Went back to the States a little bit, traveled with some friends for a little bit in there, but the vast majority of the time has been me solo going around India, Thailand, Nepal, Myanmar. Not all of those I was vlogging for. But when I was first starting out as a solo traveler, I definitely think my primary concerns were like staying safe and not getting scammed. That's why if you look at my channel, I have a lot of different content on how to avoid scams, protecting yourself, kind of traveling with confidence, because it was a concern of mine. I just wasn't sure if I could handle scams, beggars, all that stuff, especially with coming to India. But now that I've been traveling for a little while, it's really interesting because my fears or my concerns have really shifted. I'm kind of in the complete opposite way. So instead of being concerned about scams and like being physically assaulted and stuff like that, which might have been on my mind when I was first leaving, it's like now I've been traveling long enough that my concerns are like getting too hard, of like being a little bit too tough. And I try to keep a balance because I'm a very optimistic person by nature. And I'm very positive, and I meet so many kind people, and I love showing that in my videos. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm traveling around the world, meeting people, talking to people, and just kind of experiencing life in different countries. If you see my videos, you'll see that I love meeting people and have a really good time. But sometimes I also find myself, I'm quick to give a no. Because I'm also about giving boundaries and having safe boundaries for myself, which I think is really vital as a female solo traveler. Honestly, as anyone, it's important to have healthy boundaries, not even just as a traveler, not even just for a female. But sometimes I find myself like having a default answer be no, kind of as a self-protective mechanism. And it's something that I'm monitoring, in myself, because I don't want to really be that person who's like, no. And I say no nicely, but like, sometimes I'll catch myself where I'm looking for a cab, or a rickshaw, and I know where to go to get a rickshaw. And if I see if a rickshaw driver stops me on the street when I'm on my way to get a rickshaw, I'll just say no. Like he's like, do you want, no. And then I catch myself, I'm like, wait, I'm going to go find a rickshaw. Like, I guess it's because like this person sort of surprised me. I wasn't planning to get a rickshaw right there, or I don't know. It's just like, yeah. Sometimes I think if I'm surprised or not sure what's going to happen, my reaction is to put up a little bit of a wall, which is something that I try to be mindful of, because I don't like that. And I see travelers sometimes, like when I'm in Thailand and different places, and like I feel like they're rude to people on the street, sometimes travelers. And I get why, because when you're traveling, you can get a lot of questions. Hey, where are you going? Where are you from? Do you want a rickshaw? Do you want to buy this painting? Do you want this? Do you want that? So some travelers just ignore, like stare straight ahead, walk, and kind of like go. I like to always try to acknowledge people, but sometimes I might acknowledge with a no, a smile and a no. No, 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 no. But I don't want to become a default no person, right? Like I'm trying to still solo travel, still protect myself, but also remain open. And it can be tough sometimes as a solo traveler. So I know I love to show the good sides. I love to make sure other travelers are protected from scams and feeling really confident. But I also try to make sure it doesn't go too far. And it's something that I know I have to be careful with myself. So it's something I want to talk to you about and be honest with you about, because it's definitely like, it's a real concern of mine, yeah, it's definitely a concern of mine. I don't want to kind of get too cynical with travel, or just kind of tune out to certain things, because you just never know who you're going to meet and see with traveling. And that's what I love about it. I love having conversations with new travelers, with locals, and all that. So that's it for now. That's how my fears and concerns have kind of evolved through the course of my traveling. And if you haven't already, Make sure you subscribe so you can see what's coming up next. I am here in India right now, solo traveling around. Next, I'm going to Europe. I'm going to France first. I don't even know what all countries I'm going to go to in Europe. There's going to be quite a few though. At least 3 or 4, I imagine. Who knows? I don't really travel with a huge itinerary or a plan. I just sort of do whatever seems right at the time. So subscribe and let's go on this journey together.